And that arc you just saw can be the cause of a house fire due to the improper use of extension cords.
Extension cords are used for temporary use. They're not used for permanent use. Once it becomes permanent, you have to have a plug, a receptacle installed to eliminate the use of the extension cords.
But why can extension cords not be a permanent fix?
When you use extension cords, you got to make sure that you're using the correct extension cord. You have to know what amp rating they're rated at. This one is only rated for 13 amps. Many of the outlets are rated for 15 amps, but as a part of the whole circuit, you want the breaker to be the weakest link, because it's going to fail at the weakest link. So if all this stuff is rated higher than what the breaker is rated for, that's a good thing, because that'll be the weakest link. If you draw too much, that breaker will trip and it won't melt these things and set your house on fire.
If the breaker is not the weakest link, the extension cord might be, which can lead to a house fire.
A lot of the older houses, their electrical wiring is commonly rated for 15 amps. The newer stuff is rated for 20 amps. This is important to know because you want to know how many amps you can draw through that wiring. Like a lot of your normal items in your home, like a cell phone, only draws 2.2 amps. Space heaters, which commonly they'll tell you in the manufacturer's instructions, this is important too, you want to read the manufacturer's instructions on how to operate certain pieces of electrical equipment. Like a lot of the space heaters will tell you that it needs to be plugged directly into the wall. You cannot use an extension cord.
Is it really that common to find improper use or permanent use of these cords?
The improper use of extension cords is excessive in the city of Elmira. We see it every day. We do inspections. A lot of people use them for numerous things, whether it's because they don't have an outlet on that side of the room or something. I understand that you want your TV over here, but if it can't be there because there's no outlet there for the use of the electrical appliances, you have to figure out something different.
So what is a better alternative?
This is a power strip, and this is what we encourage people to use. This is rated for 15 amps, which is only a couple more amps more. This is not an extension cord, this is a power strip. These are allowed to be used, but these cannot be plugged into another extension cord. These have to be plugged directly into the wall. Another alternative to a power strip, if you don't need the length, is something like this. It's a surge protector, which is almost the same thing as this, but it doesn't have the cord to it. This is still only rated for 15 amps, so you still have to be careful with what you plug into it and how much you're drawing through it. But it plugs directly into the wall. It eliminates this cord, which eliminates hazard.
It is also important to note that these extension cords and or surge protectors should never be plugged into each other.
Something you don't want to do. You don't want to daisy chain things together. Once you have one item in play, that's it. It stops there. You don't want to plug this into the wall and then plug an extension cord into this. And then you have 3 more items coming out of the end of this extension cord. You're starting to draw more amps than what these units can account for. They can't, you're gonna melt something and you're gonna start a fire is what's gonna happen should the breaker not trip.
Fire Marshal Katie went on to explain many of these fires in Elmira started due to not only improper use of the cords, but where they are placed as well. As you can see, the cord heated up quickly. The cords shown in this video are in a controlled environment on a cool concrete floor, whereas in houses and those in the house fires are usually under carpets, furnitures, run-through doors, and so on, which is what can cause the cords to heat up even faster and melt what is around it before that spark even starts. So please be careful when using these cords and be sure to read the manufacturer's instructions as well as the warnings. For the City of Elmira, I'm Christina Episcopo.